Hey guys, it's Kompeki here. I'm a Radiant player and I've been coaching this game since episode 1. And in this video, I'll be going over some settings that I think you should consider using in order to improve your playing experience. The first setting that I want to cover is our minimap settings. When you first start playing the game, the default minimap settings have the keep player centered option on. However, I like to have this option turned off because when I'm playing in big maps like Icebox or Haven and I'm on the opposite side of the map, I won't be able to see what's happening on the other bomb site if I have this setting turned on. When you turn the setting off, you'll be able to see the entire minimap. However, if you still like having your player centered on the minimap, but you don't want the minimap to be cut off, you can simply zoom out your minimap. I personally recommend having it turned off so that everything is easy to see on the minimap. The second setting that I want to cover is the show corpses setting. I like to keep this off because it removes a lot of unnecessary clutter on my screen, especially when there's already a lot happening on it. I also find it easier to res my teammates when I'm playing Sage with the setting turned off. The third setting that I want to cover is the show blood setting. I like to keep this option on because when you are wallbanging an enemy around a corner of a box or a wall, you'll be able to tell if you're hitting them or not. The fourth setting I want to cover is the raw input buffer setting. You definitely want to keep the setting on because the raw input buffer setting makes it so your mouse sends inputs directly to the game rather than passing it through your operating system. As a result, there will be less input lag. This setting is especially useful if you're using a high polling rate mouse that have polling rates of over 8000 Hz. The fifth setting that I want to cover is the shooting error graph. This setting can be useful to have on as a beginner if you want to tell if you're shooting accurately in between your movement. It's a useful tool to use when you're learning how to counter strafe, and it's also a useful tool if you want to VOD review yourself and break down a gunfight that you might have lost. If there was no movement error added to your weapon's precision, the bar will be entirely orange, but if you see even a slight blue bar, it means that you're moving while shooting. If you think you need more hands-on help to improve in Valorant, you can check out our 6-week premium coaching program that has a 5-division rank up guarantee. Message me the word settings on Discord if you want to get a direct response from myself. Now onto the sixth setting, which is the auto re-enter scope setting. I like to keep the setting on because it makes it really easy for me to take fast consecutive peeks with the Marshal. And it also lets me continue to reload in between my peeks so I can keep shooting without delay. The setting is what allowed me to get clips like this. The seventh setting I want to cover is the NVIDIA reflex setting. If you have an RTX NVIDIA graphics card, make sure to use the on plus boost setting because it will decrease your game latency and increase responsiveness. The eighth setting that I want to cover is HRTF. You should definitely keep this setting on if you don't have any surround sound software running on your computer. HRTF enhances the 3D spatialization of sound to make it easier for you to tell where the sound of footsteps, reloads, and respawns are coming from. If you already have surround sound software or other 3D audio enhancements in place on your computer, you should either disable them to avoid any issues inside Valorant or keep HRTF off to prevent any bugs. The ninth setting that I want to cover is the auto equip setting. I like to have this set to prioritize strongest weapon because I've had so many moments where my character would pull out a knife or pistol instead of my primary weapon after I use abilities like a flash or satcheling in with my Razor. You can use this setting to completely prevent anything like that from happening ever again. The 10th and last setting that I want to cover also has to do with weapon settings, and it's the weapon scroll wheel setting. Personally, I like to unbind the setting because I've accidentally hit my scroll wheel a couple times in the middle of a gunfight and pulled out my knife or pistol. I know some people like to bind jump to their scroll wheel to make their bunny hops easier, but I found that spacebar works just as well for me in Valorant. For the rest of the video, I'll scroll through all my other settings so you can copy them if you'd like. Thanks for watching.